welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a fun video I've wanted to do for a little bit now. I'm going to be guessing the plot of popular books that I've never read. This was kind of hard to narrow down what I was gonna do because either I've read the popular books or I've heard about them. So I kind of already know what they're about. But I wanted to do this with a couple books that I truly just see all the time and no one ever explains the plot. As usual, I've written down the books I want to talk about on an important document because I didn't have any other paper. So let me cover up my address, but it's my W-2. Taxes. Before we get started with this video, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. I want to get to 1K pretty soon. That would be pretty cool. I could make a community post. I would get a congratulations email from YouTube. What more could a gal want? Anyways, let's get started. So first is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I've never read the back of it. I've never read the summary. I just hear a lot about it. So let's see. Right here. I'm guessing that's Lila, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's Kel, I think is the name. Lila Bard and Kel. I don't know. It looks like there's cities, in these little circles, and then there's a river or something. My first instinct is to say that this is about pirates. I don't know why. Lila Bard, all the art I've seen of her just really gives me pirate vibes. Don't ask me. And then this coat, very pirate. I don't know. So I think that, actually, let me see. I think Lila is a witch, or has magic at least, and Kel is a pirate. He doesn't have an eye, I think. So I'm gonna say he's a pirate, and that Lila is a witch, and they have to stop the evil magic guy. Anyways, they have to stop the evil magic guy, and they don't want to join forces, but they do because they have to save the world. And I think the evil guy dies at the end, I think. And then Lila and Kel don't like each other at first, and they fall in love after saving the world together. And I think Kel is one of those sarcastic guys, and then Lila is sword girl or knife girl. But yeah, that's what I think of A Darker Shade of Magic. Never read it, never read the summary or anything like that. That is what I think that is about. Next is Addie, Larue, also by V.E. Schwab. I think V.E. Schwab likes witches. So I think Addie LaRue is a witch. I know she's immortal. She meets a man in olden 1800s, maybe. I really don't know. She falls in love with the man. I know that. Maybe. She time travels. She time travels, I think. Or she's immortal. She's 300. I don't know. And she time travels and something gets wrong with the time traveling and she gets stuck. The name is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. She's invisible because she time travels and doesn't get to stay anywhere very long. But I think then she gets stuck and meets a man, and they fall in love and they figure out how to get her back to where she's supposed to go, but then she doesn't want to go because she's in love with him. And then that's the end. Next is The Wall of Winnipeg and Me by Mariana Zapata. I was supposed to read this literally months ago and I never did after finishing Culti. And I never ended up reading the summary, or I did and I completely forgot it because I don't know at this point. So let's see. All right, so we've got a football helmet. It's a sports romance. Obviously, it's Mariana Zapata. The Wall of Winnipeg and Me. I'm assuming that The Wall is this football guy's nickname because Mariana Zapata does that, where she's the long noodle of Ivan Lukov. I don't know. And so I think that this guy's name is The Wall of Winnipeg. So he's The Wall, and that's his name. His name is Winnipeg. And then Me is the girl. And I think she is the water laundry girl for a football team, a famous football team, with he's the most famous football player ever. Everyone loves him. He's like, I don't know football players, but he's like super famous. And so he is jerk. I bet he's a jerk, because every Mariana Zapata man is a jerk. And then she doesn't like him, and then somehow they start having to be together, like hang out together. Like she gets assigned to do something like near him or something like that, or press or something, and then they fall in love, and it takes literally 600 pages, and then they don't have sex until the last 10 pages. But that's my guess for The Wall of Winnipeg and Me. What is it? Rosie? What? What is it? Next is illuminae, the illuminae files _01. Never read the description for this book. I know that there are characters named Katie and Ezra, and people really like them, and they ship them together, so I'm assuming that's the main romance. And then the cover says, first survive, then tell the truth. So I think, like, I know this book is like, it's like weird, like all of that. It's not like a regular book. So I think that they broke some laws. I think that they're in space. They're in space in a ship. And this group of people broke laws. They're like space criminals. And this is getting them chased down by the evil people. I don't know who the evil people are. Aliens. But also chased down by their law enforcement. But they hope their law enforcement catches them before the evil people catch them. I'm trying to do something. I know. Tell me more. Because it says first survive. So they want to survive the people that are chasing them. And then tell the truth to the law enforcement of whatever planet or civilization they come from. You get me? But along the way, like every other book, Katie and Ezra fall in love. Or they were like best friends, and now they're falling in love because they were best friends. And now being on the ship made them really close, and they kind of had feelings for each other before, but this is like close proximity on the ship with confidential files and law breaking. Law breaking tends to bring book characters together, so I think that's what happens in illuminae. Next is The Last True Poets of the Sea. I don't own this book. I've never read the description of it. Last True Poets of the Sea. Okay. I think they're the last people on Earth. That's it. There's 2 people on boat. Pirates. I don't know why my mind just like goes to pirates, but it just always does. Like I see something and I'm like, pirates. But I think they're the last people on Earth, or whatever, wherever they are. And they're at sea because where else would they be? You know, the world's ending. Take a journey. And they're both poets and they're pirates on the sea. And they don't really know each other at first because they were forced on this boat away from whatever caused the end of their civilization. And so they don't know each other, but they learn each other through poetry on this boat as pirates at sea. And they're the last people, and our true poets fall in love. Super cool. That probably was 100% wrong. Next is Carry On by Rowell. I own this book, have not read it, have not read the synopsis. I have seen a bit about it on Twitter, and so let's see. I know he's a vampire, and he does have a vampire aesthetic, and he looks like Adam Parrish, and he has a tail. He kind of looks like the devil in some pictures. So let's see. Looks like there's a dragon right there. So I'm gonna say that I know they're in a school. So they're in a school for, high school. I know they're in, like, British. So they're in school. I think the vampire is a loser and no one likes him. And then he's like a popular kid and he has a tail. And so he's popular. But then there's a threat to the school, a dragon, and they have to defeat the dragon together. And he's mean to him the whole time because he's popular and he's a loser vampire, emo, goth guy. So he's mean to him the whole time, and then he starts growing like a soft spot for him. And there's terrible British slang used the entire way through. And then at the end they defeat the dragon and they're like, woo, yay! But then there's a second book, so I think that something goes wrong with a spell. I think there's spells because he's holding a sword, not a wand, but I think there's spells. So I'm gonna say that something goes wrong with a spell and unleashes even more like evil or something. So that's what happens in the second book, is that they fight that evil. That was a lot. Right, next is the Priory of the Orange Tree. Let's see. This book is big, it's huge, and it's sapphic. That's all I know. It's huge and it's sapphic. I think there's a girl that lives in a castle, and it's a giant castle. It goes so tall, and she is a sword girl. She's a knight. I'm gonna say she's a knight, and I don't know anything about this book, so if I'm right, I'm gonna be so shocked. She's a knight, and she has a sword, and she escapes her castle because she's heard a prophecy that she is supposed to do something she doesn't want to do. And so to escape the prophecy, she leaves. And then she runs into a soft girl, like an orange tree girl, the Priory of the Orange Tree. So she runs into this girl that lives near an orange tree, and they fall in love at this orange tree. And then somehow the prophecy comes true, even though she ran away, because the prophecy knew she was gonna run away the whole time, and that's how prophecies work. And so it comes true, and it puts Orange Tree Girl in danger. And so Night Girl runs away, and she's like, I can't be near you, I'm gonna hurt you, I'm in love with you, and I don't want you to die. But then Orange Tree Girl finds her, and the prophecy comes true, and Night Girl almost risks her life for Orange Tree Girl, and then Orange Tree Girl is magic and heals her. I think that's what happens. And then they live happily ever after in Night Girl's castle. I think I'm getting like more and more creative as I go on. I don't know why. Next is They Both Die at the End by Silvera. I know nothing about this book at all, except that 1, they both die at the end, and 2, it makes everyone cry. So I think that they die not in an obvious way. Like they don't have cancer like throughout the whole book. I think that they fall in love, and it's supposed to be like a happy book. And then at the end, I think halfway through, they get in a car crash. I'm gonna say halfway through they get in a car crash. The cover, it looks like it's in a city. So maybe one of them gets hit by a car. And then the other goes to save them, and that one gets hit by a car. And the rest of the book is like dreams. Don't meow at me. So the rest of the book is like dreams, and they're dreaming of each other, and you don't know it's a dream. Maybe you think that it's real, and then the last few chapters are the characters' families at their bedsides, and they have to like pull the plug or something, and then they flatline and they don't get to say goodbye, or they say goodbye in the dream. I bet that's what happens. I'm gonna say that's what happens. I'm so good at this. Okay. This is How You Lose the Time War, this book right here. Let's see. There's a red bird and a blue bird on the cover. I know that. And I know that it's red and blue. Those are the characters' names. I think the birds are like their code for each other. Like, I know they're in a war, and I know there's time travel, and I know it's about letters, and they write letters to each other. But I think that these birds symbolize their freedom from the war to be with each other. And I don't think they ever actually meet. I think that they just correspond through letters and fall in love through the letters. And they never actually meet. And then one of them dies in the war and the other doesn't realize. They just know that that one stopped sending letters. So anything could have happened to them. But actually they died in the war, and then the other one will never know. That was kind of sad. Also, I know it's sapphic, so there's that. They're girls. The Worst Best Man. This rom-com, and I think it's a wedding, and the best man doesn't want the bride and groom to be together. So he tries to ruin the wedding the entire time, the entire rehearsal and wedding. He's doing everything he can to ruin it. And the bridesmaid is assigned to get the maid of honor is assigned to him to watch him by the bride and the groom and to make him stop doing things like that. So she's trying to stop all his shenanigans, and he's like, the picture on the cover, I remember, is him knocking over a cake. So I think he knocks over the cake. Very red, white, and royal blue-esque. And I think he might spill wine on a table or dress. And that, or he changes he makes the music like super loud rock, like rock and roll. And like he does all this like crazy stuff, you know? And she's trying to get him to stop the whole time. And then she thinks, by the end, she realizes, I feel like they overhear the groom like cheating like at the rehearsal dinner or something. Like he's in a closet with like some girl, and then she, the bridesmaid, helps the best man ruin the wedding so they don't go through with it, and the bride doesn't marry the cheating groom. This really was an entire video of me tinfoil hatting my way through some book plots that truly are probably not that weird. I probably talk too fast. I don't know why. I feel like I'm hyped up like on something right now, but I'm really not. Like I don't really drink that much caffeine or do drugs. So I don't know why I'm being so crazy, but I had a lot of fun. This was fun. I might do this again with like more books like that I haven't read, because this was actually really fun. But yeah, make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you thought of my guesses in the comments below. Which one was your favorite? Which one do you think was the stupidest? And I will laugh at those comments. Next week, I have no idea what I'm going to do, as always, but I will see you guys then. Bye!